Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking the really fascinating visual and psychological layers hidden inside a single everyday piece of digital health media. You know the ones, right? You see these graphics literally all the time. They pop up in your feed, promising quick fixes and miraculous results. But if you ever actually stop to think about why they grab your attention so effectively, well, today we're going to break down the anatomy of one specific health promise just to see exactly how it's engineered to hook you. Before we even reveal our source material, I want you to ask yourself a quick question. What makes a health promise truly powerful? And I mean powerful enough to literally stop you mid-scroll. Is it the words? Is it the colors? Or is it something deeper? Maybe tapping into a physical vulnerability we might not even consciously realize we have. Keep that in the back of your mind as we pull back the curtain on today's subject. All right, let's just dive right into it. Take a really good look at this seemingly simple graphic. It's promising 10 powerful ways to improve circulation in your legs and feet. Now, at first glance, it's just a standard article header, right? Something you'd probably scroll past without a second thought. But as you're about to see, every single pixel, every word choice, and every splash of color has been meticulously chosen to capture your gaze and lock it right there. Moving into section 1, the core problem, which is circulation. So notice how the graphic immediately anchors you in the biology of circulation. Look over on the left side. They didn't just slap a flat red background on there. They used this textured, deep, almost organic-looking red that heavily resembles microscopic red blood cells. It's honestly a brilliant visual shortcut, because before you've even read a single word, your brain is already processing the concept of blood, your cardiovascular system, your internal biology. It grounds the whole promise in a very real, physical space. And then look at the deliberate choice of words here. If we compare the phrase, ways to improve circulation, to what they actually wrote, powerful ways to improve circulation, you can see how that single adjective totally changes the game. It elevates a completely mundane health tip into a high-stakes necessity. It's not just offering advice anymore, it's offering strength. It promises that if you engage with this, the results aren't just going to be marginal, they'll be powerful. It instantly raises the stakes for you. Okay, on to section 2, legs and feet, focusing on the anatomical hook. Think about your own legs right now as you're sitting watching this explainer. Maybe they feel a little stiff, maybe kind of heavy. Well, the graphic purposefully draws your eyes straight to the bare foot and ankle situated on the right side of the composition. And notice the detail here. The skin is tightly pulled and you can see these visible, prominent veins coursing down the foot. It's a very visceral image that reflects a common reality for so many people. It basically takes the abstract medical concept of circulation and makes it immediately tangible and personal. And the really crucial point here is how the text reinforces that imagery. By explicitly calling out legs and feet in that bright, unmissable green text, it taps directly into our physical reality. I mean, think about it. Our lowest extremities are the furthest points from our heart. They are constantly fighting gravity all day. Because of that, they often suffer the most from poor blood flow, swelling, and just general fatigue. Whoever created this graphic knew exactly what physical symptoms their audience might be sitting with right at that very moment. Which brings us to section 3, the psychology of 10 and the listicle format. Look right at the top left. You've got this giant, imposing number 10 sitting at the very start of the text hierarchy. Now, this is definitely no accident. In our modern world of constant digital information overload, seeing a specific number immediately signals to your brain that the solution is structured, it's finite, and most importantly, it's highly achievable. It promises that the path to feeling better isn't some endless, exhausting journey. It's neatly organized into exactly 10 steps. So, why exactly 10 ways? Why not a complex, sprawling medical journal entry? Well, it's actually quite simple. Definitive numbered lists provide immediate psychological comfort to someone who is actively seeking relief from discomfort. If someone's experiencing aching in their legs, they absolutely do not want a dense medical thesis on the human cardiovascular system, right? They want manageable, bite-sized, actionable items. And the number 10 promises exactly that, a clear roadmap to relief that won't overwhelm them. Finally, let's move to section 4, decoding visuals and the use of strategic color theory. This is where we really see the hidden language of design at play. There's a very intentional, almost traffic light color scheme engineered into this graphic. If you look closely at the text, first, you have that deep, somewhat alarming red of the biological background that represents the blood, the core issue. Next, you have the bright, urgent yellow highlighting the desired action, which is improve circulation. Yellow demands your attention. It's the universal color of caution, right? And then finally, You have the bright go or action-oriented green for the specific target area, legs and feet. It is a literal, subconscious, stop, look, and go sequence built right into the typography to guide your brain. So when we summarize this whole visual deconstruction, you can really appreciate the craftsmanship that went into this. We've got the biological red blood cell background setting the scene, the actionable, powerful text raising the stakes, the yellow text creating immediate urgency around improved circulation, the green text directing our focus to the exact target area, legs and feet, and of course that highly relatable imagery of the barefoot with the prominent veins. Every single element works perfectly together. They harmonize to create this irresistible promise of physical relief. So it's really not just a picture with text, it's practically a perfectly calibrated machine designed to capture your attention and promise a solution. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final, kind of provocative thought. The next time you're scrolling through your feed and you inevitably pass a health graphic promising a quick fix, how are you going to view it differently? Will you spot the color psychology? Will you notice the emotional weight of the adjectives they chose to use? By understanding the anatomy of these visual hooks, you become a much more informed consumer of the digital content you see every single day. So keep questioning, keep analyzing, and hey, thank you so much for exploring this with me today.